Hello, my name is Oaklen Lawrence, and today I will be talking to you about my senior project. Do you guys know what the American pastime sport is?
Hockey.
Hockey is wrong, but a good guess. Mom? Baseball is correct. Now, you guys might be wondering, why is baseball really associated with my senior project? Well, ever since my parents really started me in the game of baseball during T-ball, I've always really loved, even though watching baseball seems really slow, when you're in the game it feels like it's fast paced, really energetic, and it's just different than most sports just because there's different chants, you can cheer on your teammates in different ways, there's baseball seats, baseball gum, just everything around baseball is just enjoyable. But as I grew up and I grew on baseball more, baseball grew on me more. My family and I would travel around for me to play at tournaments. There was one time where I traveled to Florida to play baseball when I was 10, and that was a really cool experience because I got to play with these guys that I'd never played before, and we just really bonded within a couple days and had a ton of fun while playing it. And ever since then, I played on different teams that I've really enjoyed, and even today, I still love the team that I'm on for Hillcrest, and it's just a really enjoyable experience for me. Now, baseball was created in 1876, and it's really evolved since then. Baseball used to not be something that was so fast-paced as it was then. Then it was more of like a street game that people would play. They would usually have like a stick and a rock, and they would just hit the rock and see how far it could go. But now baseball is all about velocity, all types of stuff, better hitters, different bats, different types of bats, and different weights of bats actually. Now, my senior project, I decided, since I love baseball so much, I wanted to coach a 14U team. These are some of the players that I coached. Some of them were not there that day, which was unfortunate, but I loved coaching all of them throughout the season. It was about a 12-week season. The first couple of weeks, we were really trying to get all of us together and determine where everyone played, how everyone connected, and just made sure everyone was felt comfortable at where they were, felt that they were part of a team that really was enjoyed them being there. But and then after we really got into that, we started getting into more of the game of baseball, and so we started on an arm care program, which I believe is really important because at the high school level we use it as well. So we started them on it since they were younger, and younger kids are more prone to look up to older kids and see, oh wow, they're throwing a lot harder than me, I should be doing this, and then they end up getting hurt. So instead, we taught them the proper way that we use in high school, and even high school uses it, college uses it, MLB uses it, and it really taught them how to take care of their arm and gain velo and strength at the same time. After we really practiced as a team, then we got to our first couple games. First couple of games, we got feedback from them as well as they got feedback from us. We realized first couple games of the season weren't the best because we realized that our energy was really low compared to what they probably expected from us, and it kind of mirrored off of us onto them. So they were less energetic when we were talking, everything, when we were cheering on our teammates, they were less energetic. They just really didn't have that drive to go out there and just pound the baseball, throw the baseball around, just enjoy the game of baseball. But we realized that, and we decided to, during practices the next week, we decided that it would be a good idea to really get a couple games going, fun games that they can play to really get their energy up. And we joined in as well, so that way they're we can provide our energy to them, and then they can provide their energy back to us, and we can really just make a great team. So the next following week, we did a lot better. We were swinging the bats hard, we were throwing the ball around, we did really well, and energy was definitely there. The kids came out a lot more energized, even though it was an early game. They came out energized, ready to play, and uh, it really. We were even excited after that because to see these kids enjoy the game that we enjoy as ourselves at a different level is just really something special that we learned from this. And then towards the end of the season, the kids, we realized that the kids were starting to fall off again. So we then started to, even though it was mid-season, we still tried to implement more games so that way they could still keep the energy at the same pace. And then we finished our season. This was our last season picture. My paper. What I did my paper on was plyo balls. Plyo balls, we use those for our 14U kids actually. These are the plyo balls I was talking about earlier. We taught them how to use it properly, and it kind of reflected into my paper. Now, my paper was mostly on the benefits of plyo balls and what some risks are to it as well. Most common injuries in baseball is the UCL and rotator cuff. Those are two major points in your arm. If you basically don't have those, you don't either have range of motion or you're basically missing a ligament. And so using these plyometric baseballs, it causes you to gain arm strength, improve your mechanics, and then it also reduces injury. And the way that you gain strength from this is actually, as you can see here, these are all different colors. The colors are basically saying that they're different weights. Now, if you were looking for like more speed and mobility, like arm movement mobility, you'd definitely go for one of the lighter balls. But as you go up, you're definitely getting more heavy, which it then is more prone to building muscle and just strengthening up all those muscles. And then the way these actually help with your mechanics is it forces, like the lighter balls, you really see how your mechanics are, and then the strengthening balls, you have to really stabilize those muscles to really perfect the throw in a way. And then the way that these actually prevent injuries is it strengthens all those little tendons and muscles that really tear easily, because baseball is not a natural throwing motion, like throwing motion is not very natural, but these actually help because of the fact that they provide strength, mobility, proper mechanics, and they reduce injury. These are actually used, you see them pretty often at higher up levels, but as the game is advanced, I found that more the younger kids are starting to use them, so like the youth leagues, and then all the way up to like the major leagues, where professionals are throwing these twice as hard as most of us. But I think that's really cool, just to kind of basically be following in their steps. Now, what did I learn? I learned from my project that leadership is a big thing for a younger group of kids, because of the fact that they see us as leaders and they really look up to us. So whatever we do reflects on them. We found that out earlier in the season. So if we wanted them to even improve as people, we would improve ourselves as people to really reflect onto them. And then I also learned about why plyometric baseballs are really helpful in the game of baseball. Back then, people were more prone to injuries, and it is more common now to find people using plyometric baseballs because of the fact that it's supposed to help strengthen your arm, prevent injuries, and improve your mechanics. Because the mechanics back then weren't the best. A lot of people looked goofy playing, but now it's like all more smooth, fluid. Everyone's hitting the ball harder. Everyone's throwing the ball harder, and it just has really changed the game of baseball. And that is my presentation. Thank you.